Hello everyone, this is going to be a quick video on the grammar points that will be used or assessed in the final exam of English Term 2, 23-24. Students of grade 12 Advanced, 11 Advanced, and 11 Elites will probably find this video useful for them. So first I will start with this slide. This shows you the list of grammar rules that you need to study for the final exam. This does not mean that you will not have extra things. You probably have anything based on your previous knowledge. So prepare yourself for that. Here you'll find like the prerequisite grammar or the grammar that you need to know to know before studying the specific rule or the small area that I will be highlighting today. So my focus will be on this column, which is a small area of some of the grammar rules. Okay, so let's start with the future perfect passive. Future perfect passive is different from future simple. Future perfect passive means in Arabic المستقبل التام المبني للمجهول. So the focus in the exam should be on passive. Okay, so let me start by showing you an example. The accounts for the project will have been completed by next week. يعني سيكون قد انتهوا أو تم إنهائهم قبل الأسبوع القادم, by next week, before next week. What is the structure here? The object, المفعول به, plus will, plus have been, plus past participle. Okay? طيب. I might find it useful to explain the future perfect tense. يعني forget about the passive now. Passive اللي هو المبني المجهول. Let's forget about passive now. Let me show you the future perfect tense in the beginning and then move back to the passive part of it. Let's assume that now, let's look at this timeline. Now you are a student. In 2025, inshallah, let's say you will get married. In 2027, you will have children. Then what about this year, 2030? What will happen? Okay. We would like you to imagine that you jump to the future, to this year, and then if you are in this year now and you want to look back at those years, so those things for sure will be completed, for sure, because they are earlier, much earlier than this year. So for example, if someone says, what will your life be like in 2023? We would say something like this. Well, I will have gotten married, will have past participle, by 2030, okay, which means before 2030. I will have had children too, okay, because you can see here, this is on our list, but earlier than this time. So again, let me show you something else. If I want to show you the difference between future perfect tense and future simple, okay? If I say something like this, in 2025, I will get married. This is future simple. Why? You are talking about a specific year, and this specific event will happen in this year, okay? You're planning for this event to happen in this year. And 2027, the same thing. In 2027, you have a specific year, and I'm planning, or I expect that in this year I will have children. But after you finish all of this and you jump to the future of 2030, you go to the future and you look back at all your accomplishments, you will have to say something like this. Imagine you go to the future and look at the previous accomplishments. You should say like by 2030, قبل 2030, I will have gotten married for sure. يعني خلاص, this is going to be completed because it happens before that time. And I will have had children. It means that this will be finished a long time before the specific year that you're mentioning, right? So this one is future perfect tense, but there is no passive used here. Let's go back to the future perfect passive, which is supposed to be the focus of your curriculum. Let's look at these examples. This report will have been written by the 1st of November. يعني سوف يكون قد كتب التقرير before, قبل بداية November. What does this mean? Will it be, or will somebody start writing it on the 1st of November? No, it will be finished before that date. This is the meaning of this tense, okay? the project will have been finished by next month. What do you notice here? Will have been past participle. Okay. يعني هيكون تم إنهائه before next month. يعني if we go now, if we jump to the next month, where is the project? For sure it's finished. It's done because it's finished before that date. Okay. The order will have been delivered by the time he receives his invoice. يعني if we jump to the future and go to the moment where this person receives the invoice, where is the order now? For sure. خلاص, it was delivered for sure. You see, because I'm talking about a specific time in the future. Before that, it will be completed. Okay. Right. Let's, in order to make sure that we understand this properly, let's practice some questions. Rewrite sentences to make them future perfect simple passive. So let's look at this one. This one is not passive. Why? Because we have here the subject, الفاعل. The writer will have written the book by the end of the year. يعني الكاتب هيكون كتب الكتاب قبل نهاية العام. So if I want to change this into passive voice tense, what do I need to do? Find the object. Find the object, المفعول به. Where is the object? This one, the book, right? Okay, so this one has to be in the beginning, and then I have to use been. So the book will have, and then I will use been and past participle by the writer. يعني سوف يكون الكتاب قد كتب بواسطة الكاتب. Okay. Why is this important to notice if you have a maze test in the final exam? Always look at the first word that is used. Try to know if this is an object or a subject. فاعل ولا مفعول. يعني is the book able to write itself? It's not even possible. Okay. So when I see something that is not able to do this verb, I know this is passive. على طول مبني للمجهول, and I need to see verb to be. Here it will be been, will have been. Another one, the students will have finished the project by the end of term. طيب, if where is the object, المفعول, the project here, so I have to start with this one. So the project will have been finished by the students by the end of term. Okay. طيب. Another topic now, clefting and fronting. Okay, this is like a very broad topic. It can take a lot of time to teach, but I'm going to focus only on the specific points that were mentioned in the assessment planner. And again, I repeat, this does not mean that you will have only these grammar rules. You may have, especially in the first maze, it could be anything. I expect it to be easy, inshallah, but it could be anything. Even things you did not study, it's also possible. Anyway, clefting means splitting the sentence. Sometimes you split the sentence and then you do fronting. Fronting means you bring or put a certain part of the sentence in the beginning because the speaker believes it's more important. Okay. And the focus is on the expression no matter. So let's start with no matter. No matter how much that handbag costs, we are buying it. What is the meaning of no matter? No matter means regardless of. بغض النظر. بغض النظر عن تكلفة الحقيبة, we are buying it. هنشتريها. Okay. Or مهما كانت تكلفنا الحقيبة, we are buying it, we're still buying it. Okay. So this is the meaning of no matter. You need to learn how to structure the sentence when you start with no matter. Okay. So no matter plus relative pronoun plus a clause. طيب, let's look at more examples. No matter what you say, I will still be attending the meeting. مهما قلت, أنا بحضر الاجتماع. Or regardless of what you say, I will still be attending the meeting. Okay. Another example, no matter the risk. بغض النظر عن المخاطرة, it is certainly worth a try. الموضوع مستاهل محاولة. Okay. It will eventually close down. Now we have it in the middle of the sentence. It will eventually close down no matter how much you try and save the business. مهما تحاول وتنقذ البزنس, it will eventually close down. Okay. So this is the meaning of no matter. Another way of clefting is sentences like this. When you say, where was it that we were meeting your family? I'm trying to show like, okay, we both the speaker and the listener have some sort of shared information about like the meeting. We know about the meeting, both of us. but I need to remember where was it. So this is the important piece of information I'm looking at. Where was it? Okay. When was it that we went to Europe? This is also another example of clefting and fronting. What they did was اللي عملوه إنه move us to another hotel. Okay. In order to make sure that we understand this properly, let's have some practice questions. So let's rewrite to make cleft sentences. If I say something like this, we got to our hotel and realized that our room had been double booked. Okay. So if I want to talk about what happened, okay, I need to start with this. What happened was we got to the hotel and realized that our room had been double booked. Okay. Or you could also say what happened was that we got to the hotel and continue. Another one, they moved us to a different hotel. They moved us to a different hotel. Okay. What they did was move us to another hotel. Okay. Let's have more practice questions. If I have this one and I want to rewrite to make cleft sentences, what bit you? What bit you? Or what was it that bit you? Okay, this shows like we both know about this incident, but I need to specifically know what was it? What was that thing that bit you? Regardless of the cost, بغض النظر of the cost of this university, I will join it. Okay, so what is another way of saying this? No matter what the cost is, I will join this university. بغض النظر عن التكلفة أنا هدخل هالجامعة. Okay. Now we move to another topic. It's called reported speech passive. الحديث المنقول أو الحديث الغير مباشر المبني للمجهول. Okay. Look at the sentence. It is believed that over 50 people attended the party. We use this kind of sentence when we want to talk about something that is known by many people, or you don't know like who invented this or who said this. So you don't know the source of the information. So you would use it in the passive voice form like this one. Okay, so what do you see here? It is believed that over 50 people attended the party. We don't know who said this. We don't know the source. Maybe we don't care. Okay, what is the structure? It plus passive reporting verb. Reporting verbs are verbs that we use in order to report information. For example, it is believed, it is considered, it is assumed, it is estimated, it is calculated, whatever. Okay, and then that, and then the clause. Another way, and this is probably the tricky part, is to say it this way. You can start with over 50 people are believed, and then to have attended the party, and you have to be careful with this. Do not say to attend the party, to have attended the party. Why? Because originally the tense was in the past. So when I'm talking about a past event, I used to have plus the past participle. So normally we'd have the subject, we start with the subject, الفاعل, plus passive reporting verb, اللي هو يعني are believed, are expected, like that, and then to, and then infinitive, but be careful to add have past participle if you're talking about the past. So let's look at some examples. It was reported that the sports center had closed down, okay? Or if I want to say it in a different way, I would say the sports center was reported, I'm using the same tense here, was reported to have closed down. Why have? Because this one is in the past. This is a past event, so I would use to have closed down. Another one, it is believed that the fossil dates back to the Miocene era. Another way of saying this is to start with the object. So I would say the fossil is believed to date back to the Miocene era. Okay, in order to ensure that you understand, let's have some practice questions. He are believed to have, or is believed to be, or is believed to be, but be careful, believe here is without D. or are believing to be the smartest student in the class? You can pause the video and think about it and then come back again. The correct answer is believed to be. He is believed to be the smartest student in the class. She was thought to have leave or have left or be leaving or had left the previous week. Be careful here. We have an expression that gives you the information. This is something in the past. Something happened in the past. So, yes, to have left. She was thought to have left the previous week. Okay, another one. It's thought that, or we're thought that, or thinking or thinks the rain will continue into next week. This is something in the future. So, it is thought that the rain will continue into next week. Okay, now we move to another topic. For this specific topic, I'm not going to explain it fully because it would take a long time. And actually, I have 2 videos on my YouTube channel, so feel free to go watch these again. If you did not watch them, if you watched them before, watch them again if you want, or if you never watched them, please watch them now. There is a video on the explanation of mixed conditionals, and there is another video of exercises about the mixed conditionals. Okay, but I'm going to give you a brief idea now, just to remind those who know already about the topic. A mixed conditional is usually a sentence that will mix between a second and a third type of conditional. So, for example, look at the sentence. If I hadn't gone to the football camp, I wouldn't be a professional player. What we see now is that we have a past condition with a present result. And the structure is if, past perfect, and would, wouldn't, plus infinitive. If I hadn't gone to the football camp, يعني لو ما كنت رحت زمان in the past, this is the past part in the sentence, okay? لو ما كنت رحت على الفوتبول camp in the past, I wouldn't be a professional player, which means I am a professional player right now, okay? Another way is usually the opposite of this one. I would say if, and then I would give the part after if would be talking about the present. If I wasn't afraid of heights, I would have gone to Jebel Jais. What does it mean? It means I am mixing between a past result and a present condition, and the structure is if, past simple, would have, and then past participle. Okay, so if I wasn't afraid of heights, يعني لو ما أنا بخاف من المرتفعات, now I'm talking about now the present, I would have gone to Jebel Jais. كان رحت لجبل Jais in the past. It means I had a chance to go, but I did not in the past. Okay, all of this is explained fully in the video with more examples. Right, let's have some practice questions now. If I worked or have had worked or work harder at school, I would have a better job now. Be careful with the word now. Okay, pause the video and think if you want. And the answer is if I had worked harder at the school, because I'm assuming I'm talking about a past event here. So I need past perfect, which is had past participle. And then the other part is I would have a better job now. Be careful, this is not, and this is all again explained in the video. Have here is not an auxiliary, it's a main verb, which simply means get. So don't mix it with the other have, which is an auxiliary, have plus past participle. Okay. Another one, she will be or had been or would be or would have been here now if anyone had told her about the event. She would be here now because I'm talking about now, the present, so would be. Another one. Right. This one is, as you can see, it's first conditionals, and we're supposed to know this already because we covered all the conditionals before. We learned about them even in term 1, by the way. But today the focus is on one specific thing. And again, this was mentioned in the video, but I thought I will repeat this part here and give you more exercises because it's highlighted in the assessment planner, which is inversion. Type. Look at this sentence. Marker pens are in the cupboard if you ever need one, okay? This, I would say, is an example of a zero or a first conditional, right? Another way of saying this is to use inversion, which means I will remove the word if like this. Marker pens are in the cupboard, should you ever need one. So if I see this expression, this simply means if you ever need one. Should you ever need one, or if you ever need one, okay? If you have any questions, I will be happy to help. Or how can I say it in a different way to use inversion? I would remove if will not be there completely, and I would say, should you have any questions, I will be happy to help. It means if you have any questions, I will be happy to help, okay? For people who feel like this is not familiar, try to familiarize yourself with this. Okay, be careful with the negative form. Be very careful with the negative form because it looks different from the regular should that we know. So it looks like this. Should you not consent? Should you not should not you, should or shouldn't you? Should you not consent to sharing this information, you may inform our company at any time. يعني إذا ما هتوافق على مشاركة المعلومات ممكن تبلغ الشركة. Okay, so this means if you don't consent to sharing this information. Okay, be careful with the negative form. Let's have some practice questions. Okay, I will send you a copy of the documents. Them. Shouldn't you need them? Should you not need them? Should you need them? Or if you should need them. Correct answer is should you need them, which means if you need them. We'll send you a copy if you need them, or should you need them. Another one, you should be interested, or should you be interested in attending the conference, please contact Kelly. Or if you be interested in attending the conference, please contact Kelly. Which one is correct? Should you be interested? Okay, be careful here because I can use if, but if I use if, it will be if you are interested. If you are interested in attending the conference, please contact Kelly. But now, because I'm applying inversion, so it will be should you, and then the infinitive. Should you be interested? Another one. We should or shouldn't we, or should we not hear from you within 7 days? We will assume that you accept the conditions of the contract. I would recommend maybe that you pause the video now and think of the complete meaning of the sentence. This means that يعني لو ما سمعنا منك في خلال 7 أيام هنفترض إنه أنت قبلت بشروط العقد. Okay? يعني it makes sense that I have a negative form here. So the correct answer is should we not? But it's not shouldn't we. Okay? Because we agreed before that the negative form of the inverted should is should we not. Okay? Now we move to another topic. I think it's easy, but we also will focus on a specific area that is shared in the assessment planner. Past perfect. Just a general revision of the past perfect before we go to the specific rule. By the time Ali arrived at the airport, the plane had departed. Had departed is the past perfect in this sentence, right? So what I'm saying is that before Ali arrived, the plane had departed. What did this mean? This means that, and of course the structure is had plus past participle. This means that had departed happened first. This is the event that happened in the beginning, earlier. And then after that, the other event, which is the past simple or which does not have the word had, okay, this happened second. Why is this important? In this specific sentence, it is very important because I'm trying to give you essential and important information about the fact that Ali actually did not catch the plane. He missed it, right? Why? Because the plane left before he arrived to the airport, okay? And the only way to show you this is by using the past perfect, which is comparing two events, okay? Another example, Jamal didn't go to the cinema because he had seen the movie many times. Okay, so again here we have this one, the event that has the word had as an auxiliary, as a helping verb, plus past participle is number one. And then this is the next one. What does this mean? It means I have two events. Event number one is that Jamal actually saw this movie so many times. This is in the past, okay, earlier, it happened earlier than the other event, which is that probably Jamal had a chance to go to the cinema to watch the same movie, but he chose not to watch it. Why? Because earlier, what happened is that he actually saw the movie many times. Okay, again, it's important because when I use it in this way, I'm showing you or giving you a reason for Jamal not choosing to watch the movie again. Okay, I need to tell you something very important here about the past perfect. The past perfect never stands alone. Yani it's not possible like for people to say something like, Miss, I had finished my homework. No. Usually you would use it in order to compare to another event. I had finished my homework before I came to school, for example. However, you might see some sentences that actually stand alone, but this means they are or they belong to a story or a big context. For example, if I tell you a story about my day yesterday, for example, I went to the mall and I went to one of the shops. I talked to the security person. I told him, so far, all the events are in the past simple. When I give you another sentence just in the middle, the only one that will use past perfect, like, and then I told the guy, I had bought a dress. I had bought a dress and I needed to change it. So what does this mean? Why is this one is using the past perfect? Because this is the only event that happened before all the other events I'm using, you see? So usually past perfect tense is used in order to show this event happened earlier if compared to other events told in a story or shared in a certain context. Okay. Now, also we need to highlight and remind you that the past perfect tense is used in conditionals like these. If I had seen Ahmed, I would have given him a book. This is the third conditional, as you know. And it could be used in a mixed conditional like this one. If I had studied harder, I would be in a university in university now, right? Okay. This is the part that we need to focus on, which is inversion. Okay. If I need to apply inversion to this sentence, if I had seen Ahmed, I would have given him the book. Again, this is all explained before in the video of mixed conditionals. If I had seen Ahmed, I would have given him the book. If I want to apply inversion, it will be like this. Had I seen Ahmed, you would completely remove the F word. It's not there. And then I would start with had I. Inversion means that you change the order of the words and the sentence. Had I seen Ahmed, it will look like as if it's a question, but actually it is not. Okay. Had I seen Ahmed, I would have given him the book. It simply means if I had seen Ahmed, I would have given him the book. Another example, if I had studied harder, I would be in university now. Had I studied harder, the same meaning, I would be in university now. Okay. Another one, which is again highlighted in the assessment planner, I had never felt such an incomprehensible emptiness within myself. Again, I remind you, this sentence, as you can see, it looks like it stands alone, but of course it is taken from a story, or there should have been a context somewhere, but this one is showing you that this specific event happened earlier than other ones, other events. Okay, so how can I invert this? If I want to start with the word never, I need to start with the word never, and then I need to apply inversion. So never had I. Okay, now because you chose to start with the word never, you would apply inversion here. Never had I felt such an incomprehensible emptiness within myself. Another example, I had never seen such a beautiful painting before. Okay, so I can also say, never before had I seen such a beautiful painting. Okay, in order to make sure this will be remembered, let's have some practice questions. Change the sentences so that they use inversion. John had never been to such a fantastic restaurant. Okay. Never had John been to such a fantastic restaurant. Another one, they had no sooner eaten dinner. No sooner يعني بمجرد أن. No, they had no sooner eaten dinner than the ceiling crashed onto the dining table. يعني بمجرد ما تناولوا العشاء the ceiling crashed وقع السقف على dining table. Okay, so if I want to start with no sooner, I would also apply inversion. If no sooner comes in the beginning, it will look like this. No sooner had they eaten dinner than the ceiling crashed onto the dining table. Another one, they had met such rude people nowhere before. What happens if I want to start with nowhere? Nowhere had they met such rude people before. These are all the grammar rules that are highlighted in the assessment planner. Usually the MOE would send like a PowerPoint of explanation, but till this minute, they did not send anything. If they send us any PowerPoints explaining or giving more details, of course, I will share this with you, inshallah. And later, I will be sharing a video of all the AOT exam questions. A complete sample of the final exam will be shared with you. Thank you so much for listening, and see you next time, inshallah.